kia ora e te whānau, no mai, haere mai, te Kirikiriroa Hamilton, where we have the final round for our streamed coverage for the first day of the 2025 Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championships at Te Whare Wānanga o Waikato. My name is Blair Monroe.
And my name is Emily Stone.
And we have here let's call it what it is, an Australian showcase, Le Coq Sportif, playing against the Ikigai Mainlanders. So having decided to forego their opportunity to play in the Australian Division 2 Championships, they've decided to just come and stage an Australia match for us here in Hamilton. We've seen Le Coq Sportif on our screens earlier on today. I think it was either round 2 or round 3. So some really, really solid players on that field as well, doing a fantastic job. Ikigai Mainlanders, certainly my first time seeing these teams. We're going to see a big pull coming up. Fielded well. Goes to Strawn early. Goes through, finds Halliday. It's Toby Walsh. Outside, the outstretched hands of Halliday is going to give the disc back to the Ikigai Mainlanders. D'Alessandro gets the reset. Goes through for Sharon Tran, continues on. And an early score for the Mainlanders, thanks to Mark Glanville with the assist there.
And those last continuations making it look easy for Ikigai.
So Ikigai with a nice break to kick things off as well. Only 2 minutes into our 75-minute scheduled match. The Mainlanders to come out again on defense. Sharon Ringland with the disc. Hand is up, the signal for readiness. Mainlanders putting it up, nice and early turnover with the roll. So an opportunity for the Mainlanders to set up in a nice defensive structure to give themselves the best chance for a back-to-back break. But instead it's Jean Maehr with the disc. Reset option for Betson, looked off in favor of a downfield push, but it's going to hit the ground at the end zone line. Mainlanders with a long field. We've got Horvath to pick up.
That one looked like it had a bit of pressure on that last throw from the Le Coq Sportif. Regaining that possession.
Garcia with the disc now. Marked aggressively by the Mainlanders. She's opening up that forehand, but the store count gets high. Puts it up anyway. Sniped out of the sky by the Mainlanders defense. Big shot, but it's going to turn early. Great coverage there by Lachlan Finger to send that one back to turf. Jean Maehr on the reset. What a break throw from Finger, getting through to Betson. Chips up the field to find Jean Maehr. A nice reset around the defense. Puts the big one up, looking for Garcia. Too good. It's 1-1. Sportif on the board. 5 minutes into playtime, so roughly 2.5 minutes per point. Keep in mind, team, that's 150 seconds of sprint intervals per point. And these teams are expected to keep it up for the next 70 minutes. Garcia with a great read. No defense in sight until the very last second, but too slow to close down the jaws on that opportunity.
The Mainlanders signalling readiness. But Sportif just having a bit of a final chat before that pull goes up.
And there it is, big rip, nice and long. Not a huge amount of float, it's fielded comfortably and early. Irish getting stuck in. There is the reset option. Hayden Irish with the disc, slowly getting the Mainlanders pushed further back into their field. Quick explosive with the give and go. Tries to keep things moving, but again, it's that backward pass, just losing a couple of yards at a time. Shadwell pushing the disc to that near sideline. Finds Wilson. Goes back to Morgan.
And the Mainlanders just managing to work around the zone that Sportif is throwing out in this point here. Being really patient with the swinging and finding those gaps.
Huge play there by Toby Walsh, putting body on the line. That midfield zone block. Sportif, Lecoq Sportif going to pick the disc up and initiate. We've got Eva Strawn to start things off. Or Lachlan Roberts resetting quite a way away, but using that foot speed to get in front of Hayden Irish to give himself in a good position. Straight shot through to Halliday. Strawn cutting into the deep space. Puts it up. Who's under it? Roberts. One hand. Not quite enough. Circling, trying to call the players through.
And that is there for the score for Sportif.
I think that might have been Christy Chow who pulled that one away. Sportif now up by 1. So we are at 1 hold to Sportif and then 1 break apiece. So we're back on serve for the game. Roberts calling everyone through. Christy Chow with the score wide open in the end zone. Easy as you like it. Great read there.
And finding that perfect positioning in there.
That one, a slightly longer point. Took about 4 minutes or so, 4.5 to complete. It's almost twice as long as the average of the points that had come before it. Sportif on 2 over the Ikigai Mainlanders on 1. Finger with the disc to pull for Sportif. Huge rip. What a pull.
Going right into the opposite end zone there.
Morgan to pick up and field for initiation. Working with Ashik Khan.
And we're seeing that zone come out again. Creating a bit of pressure.
Going nice and wide to Tim Shearing on that near sideline. Working hard to recenter the disc. Nice and aggressive. As Rankin peels off to cover that mid-space to stop that through shot. It opened up an option for Ashir Khan to get the disc, but it decides instead to go and find Shadwell. Working back with Khan at the moment. Ariana Morgan. There's the momentum that they've been looking for, the Mainlanders. Shearing to Morgan, near sideline. Chipping back through. Nice and early. Some give-go movement. Rankin getting involved, but he overcommits slightly, leaves that window. Khan has the disc. Goes around finger, finds Morgan on that near sideline. Not too far from the doorstep here. Decides to go back by way of Shearing instead. Big fake, gets a huge bite from Rankin. Finds Harrison Whalen.
And they've transitioned into a match defense there, putting a bit more pressure on all the players in the field.
Yeah, not just letting the Mainlanders run rampant, sort of through space unchecked, going to that, collapsing to that match defense. Not a bad shout. Oh, they finally get the turnover they've been fighting for. It's up, but it's turning over early. No, not early enough. We're going to see Lachlan Finger come down with that one. Chip shot straight through to Betson. Little dishy pass forward, not a huge amount of spin, just had to get to his hands. Betson with some give-go, pulling the defense out of position. Circling around like a hungry vulture, but Finger's not going to take a look. Gets the reset. Finger on the near side. Oh, touches off the hands. Betson couldn't recover it in time. It's a Mainlanders disc. Khan pushing near sideline, finds Shearing. Goes through to Whalen. Nice hands. Finds the downfield, keeps working, finds Seb Jordan, and the score. Samara Nothard by the looks to pull that one away to keep it back in a tied game. Mainlanders 2, Sportif 2.
And seeing that quick replay just there with the really well done continuations there from Ikigai right into that end zone score to even up the scoreboard.
Mainlanders to come out on defense. We've got D'Alessandro with the disc. What is their coach wearing?
It looks like the bottom half of a chicken costume, if I'd say so.
You know, I was thinking chicken as well. A nice high pull. Lot of float, not super aggressive on the chase, so not enough to stop those first two passes to get the disc in a good position for Sportif. Goes through, finds Roberts, puts the big shot up, looking for Joey Ho in the end zone. Oh, go on. Oh, fades away. Hoping for a repeat of their earlier match where In Le Coq Sportif's previous stream performance, I think Joey Ho scored 4 of their points and 1 assist throughout the course of the game.
Wow.
I mean, I've heard of padding a stat sheet, but that's a little bit ridiculous.
Collecting those, just like anything else.
Absolutely. Oh, some good hustle on those initiating cuts. To a lot of crowded space, though, so looking to the reset side instead. Oh, big layout touch from Eva Strawn to shut that one down. Sportif need this. Huge chance here.
Great chance for a turnover here, just outside the end zone.
Look for number 15, Sarah Garcia, as their isolation player. Oh, too easy for them. Unless they said ISO Gus. Great work by Halliday, but it looks like a pick was called, so maybe a little bit too free.
Just a bit of discussion about where that pick occurred, so the players can go back to the position they were in before that affected the play.
Larson with the disc. Oh, it comes down to turf. No calls. Going to get the disc back to the Mainlanders.
A really intense cut streaking deep, but it's not coming.
Laser show through. Finds Victor Horvath. D'Alessandro now. Sharon Tran and a nice body slide to keep it in the hands of Horvath to keep possession. But yet another pick called. Oh. What a slide. What a catch.
Really treasuring that disc once he had that one in his hands.
So not really clear what's happening on the field. I think there was a pick called. Normally it doesn't take quite this long to resolve that. So it'll be interesting to see what the resolution is. A little bit of hand signaling might be nice to see.
If it was a pick, I wouldn't be surprised. There are quite a few players in the same area there where a pick is bound to happen when there's a lot of players in the same area.
Nice, calm offset to Nothard. But bouncing off the hands of Ringland. It's going to give the disc back to Le Coq Sportif. We've got Lachlan Roberts with the disc. Big shot goes up looking for Joey Ho. Has she got the read? There's a lot of float. Yes, she does. You gotta be kidding. Stats on stats on stats.
And a wonderful celebration from the rest of the team to celebrate her victory with that point again.
Huge work by Le Coq Sportif. A long game again, keeping in mind, right, our first 2 points were scored within the span of about 5 minutes. we've only scored a handful of the points, and it's been about sort of 15 minutes since then, so the points are starting to stretch out. We're hitting the end of a long first day. It's getting quite hot. We're moving into a New Zealand summer. That means it starts to get hot a little later on in the day. We're cooling down now, but these teams have played a lot in some pretty rough conditions, all things considered. So the fatigue's starting to set in, and it makes sense that things will be slowing down a little bit. So really, really great work from both these sides to keep fighting, keeping the game nice and tight. A big shot from Roberts goes up. And just so well read by Joey Ho. Jean Maehr with the disc, puts it up. Touches down, just out of bounds, I think, from the looks of things. It's going to be Irish with the disc to start things off, bringing it to the brick mark as a painted X about 18 meters in front of the end zone. A vertical stack from the Ikigai Mainlanders, although it looks like they're shifting things around a little bit, trying to create a bit more width or use it. Don't be surprised if we see a couple of big shots open up after they chip away at this zone here. Goes wide, finds Morgan. Sharing's available as an option, marked out by finger. Khan finds a hole in the middle. Great recovery by Irish and some nice early give-go. We find Belinda Wilson with the disc. Continuing through to Irish. Khan, high release forehand, finds Sharing. Up and over, eaten out. Jake Betson takes it down. And an injury. Looks like he's going to have to come off the field after that one.
And seeing that him launch up to get that massive D there.
Huge play. Sportif with a long field ahead. Nice and early. Not enough defensive pressure yet to stop Rankin making quick work, except there it is. Joe Aguirre gets involved.
Wonderful run through D there from Ikigai.
Mainlanders with a shot. Gear with a big fake, up and over, finds Irish. Puts it up. Well read, well scored by the Mainlanders to tie the game. Belinda Wilson comes down with it. There it is again, that little chip shot over the top. Finds Irish. He's given the backhand side, puts a nice floaty shot up for Wilson, who reads comfortably. No real pressure from Lecoq Sportif defensively on that one. And that is going to tie our game 25 minutes into our 75-minute cap. Nothard puts it up. touches down at around the halfway mark. We're going to see Lachlan Roberts there to pick up. Supported in the upfield space by Walsh. And Larson. Walsh makes that immediate upline cut. Oh, touches off the hands of Chow. It's not going to be quite enough there. Great reel in by D'Alessandro. Up and around. Nice quick forehand to continue along that line. We've got Victor Horvath. Goes to D'Alessandro, but it's off the fingertips of Nothard. It's going to be a turnover and giving Le Coq Sportif an opportunity to swing back towards that left side end zone. Hoping to widen the gap back to a 1-point lead. Despite what our on-screen scoreboard says, we are 3-3. Keep in mind, folks. But there's a turn and an opportunity for Mainlanders to take the lead here. Horvath goes to Ringland. Back and over to D'Alessandro. Safe backhand finds Hubber.
Oh, and just sails across the defender's hands from Le Coq Sportif there with the score for Ikigai.
It's a great finish there. Ikigai now back up by 1. And there it is, up and over the top, well fielded for the Mainlanders for a score. All initiated here. D'Alessandro went to Imogen Hubber. Through to Sharon Ringland. Up and over the defense, well fielded. Great finish there to put them up by 1. The Mainlanders 4, Le Coq Sportif on 3. Looks like we have had a timeout called.
And something that we're seeing a lot today with these streamed games and a lot of the other games as well is because of the format of the Swiss draw, it means that these games are as even as possible. The draw is based on how many points each team scores in the games that they've played, and then that depends on what other teams that they'll face. So a lot of the games really, really close, building that intensity and just really giving us a good show on the sideline and for you folks at home.
And ultimately, that's what it's all about. What it comes down to is well, from our perspective here on the sideline anyway, what makes for good sport to watch. And hopefully, certainly considering that we're a decent chunk of the game through, and we're only 1 point difference between these two Australian teams, it's kind of exactly what we'd hope to see, particularly at these later stages of pool play in a Swiss draw like the one you've just described. So we'll see this one go down to the wire unless one of these teams can really get a claw in and start to open up a gap for themselves to really express their desires for victory on this match. I don't want to know what gesture they're trying to emulate in the huddle. One shudders to think. But I suppose if they're down by 1, they could use a hand. And the Mainlanders are going to be the last team to break their huddle. Le Coq Sportif already taking the field, 7 on the line to kick things off, hoping to keep it to a tied game.
Some really high energy there from Ikigai Mainlanders. Let's see if that can translate onto the field coming out from that timeout.
Well, I mean, they're up by 1, so they're not going to be the ones who have called that timeout, I would imagine. I would say that even though Le Coq Sportif broke the huddle first, they were probably the ones who called it. Hey, we want to get back in this game. What do we need to do? Mainlanders have done some really, really good work. I mean, they're centering their play around a few key names on their field. We're seeing D'Alessandro do a lot of work. Horvath in the midfield along with Tim Shearing, Hayden Irish. We're seeing Eleanor Shadwell, Ariana Morgan doing a huge amount of work as well. Belinda Wilson for that Ikigai Mainlanders side. So they've got a lot of strength, a lot of athletic performance here on the field. And they're currently up by 1. So we'll see if that energy does translate. I do quite like their kits as well. You know, the nice little...
The koi fish
the
are
koi
quite
fish,
cool.
it's a nice little touch. Although, to the best of my knowledge, Ikigai does translate more or less to one's purpose. This idea of, you know, something that you can do that other people want, that fulfills you, that fills your cup. And I think for a lot of these athletes, Ultimate is a good representation of what that is. So, a fitting name. We'll see whether or not they're able to live up to it with a victory here over Le Coq Sportif. Big high pull going to be fielded by Rankin. Jean Maehr. Uncharacteristic drop there. D'Alessandro quick to get involved. Laser show straight through for a 1-2 punch, putting them on the board with a 2-point lead, 5/3.
And there was an attempted bid there from Sportif, but it didn't quite connect with the disc there, managing the Mainlanders to get another score.
We see again Jean Maehr getting a hand to it. Disc just falls out of her grasp. A nice one shot off to D'Alessandro. Hits that front corner. Again, that's where the threat almost always is in a game of Ultimate, especially on a quick break like that one. So the Mainlanders doing a great job to consolidate there. Now up by 2. Games to 13. We're going to take our halftime break at 7 points. So Ikigai Mainlanders currently closer to it. 32 minutes into our 75-minute time cap. Big rip, puts it up. A little bit of deja vu. The pull from D'Alessandro goes to be Rankin to Jean Maehr, but it's a completion this time.
And almost a run through the D there from Ikigai Mainlanders.
Halliday, nice and aggressive on the cut, though, keeping it out of the hands of Shearing. Robertson decides to go for a shorter option there. Winds up that big shot. There's a touch on it. It's wobbly, but it is secure. Finger putting it up to Halliday now. He's within his range. We're at that halfway point. Decides instead to go to Rankin. A little foot flash from D'Alessandro. A tip from Ringland, but Jean Maehr's going to get it anyway. Oh, finger was underneath it. Oh, hands on hips. The disappointment is palpable.
Few close calls in that point there. Mainlanders just on the toes of Sportif there.
Still doing a good job of keeping the game quite clean. Comes in low. Are we going to call that up? It looks like it. Shearing kept it off the turf. Horvath thinking he's wide open, but Rankin's closing in. D'Alessandro has it now. Where are our undercuts? There's one. Sharon Ringland goes across to Shearing. Oh, he wound up the big shot, decides to put it away. We've got Nothard working with D'Alessandro. Chip shot across to Shearing on that far sideline. Big bite out of it from Halliday. Up and over. It's a turn. We're seeing an injury called here. Finger going to take a sub. Looks like the turnover's probably going to stand, though. Sportif to bring it in. We're going to see Rankin with the disc, marked by Horvath. Halliday being told to clear out. An inside shot. Finds Kavanagh. Goes to Welsh. Through to Sarah Garcia for the score. Sportif back within one.
And another couple close calls with the Mainlanders defense. Their pressure just not quite getting there to affect Sportif there for the score.
What a take there. Kept alive. Despite the great commitment from the Mainlanders defense there as well. Walsh puts it up. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. What a grab on that one. Garcia with it. We're going to see it unfold again. Walsh. Despite Khan closing the defensive jaws, it's Garcia with the score there. Sportif within one. Mainlanders still currently up, but anybody's game. Strawn puts it up.
We've seen some massive pulls this game, touching down in the end zone a lot of the time.
Oh, slight miscommunication means Irish has to take to the ground, but still can't keep it alive. Sportif with a chance. Toby Walsh is to pick up, only about 5 or 10 meters out from their end zone.
Really important to keep the patience here and not rush this opportunity that they've been given.
Strawn, a comfortable, safe reset, decides to go big. Oh, straight out the hands of Roberts. Still some solid territory for them. Khan calling the players closer, trying to make his job a little easier. Irish has it, but he's inside the end zone. He's got to do something with this. Goes to Khan. Oh, Joey Ho was there. Didn't get a touch, but it might have been enough to stop Wilson getting hands to it. Walsh now. Strawn still there as a reset. Inside shot.
Just a bit too high for the receiver there.
Amy Finger getting underneath it. Disc goes back to the Ikigai Mainlanders. Hayden Irish with the disc marked by Chow. Goes back to Khan. We're seeing that zone defense. Gear has it in the midfield. Lots of big fakes waiting for an opening. Goes back to Khan. Finds Morgan. Whalen running shuttles up and down that near sideline, hoping for something to develop for him. But he's looking away as Khan looks downfield, so they reset through Irish. Is a travel called? Possibly not relevant. Just quick adjustments there. Irish has it now. Khan trying to stretch the field. Morgan gets it. Gear going backfill. Khan finds it through. Wilson, one hand, wasn't able to get it. Strawn initiating again. Nice and aggressive with those early cuts. Walsh, unpressured, decides to look off in favor of something a little bit more optimal. An open Joey Ho in the handler space for the first time. Strawn now. Larson with the disc on that near sideline. Working through to Ho. There's space. No one's targeting it until Ben Larson goes for it with one hand, pulls it down. Les Cook Sportif tying the game. 5-5.
Wow, and seeing really the intensity of the game build up and up with these longer points compared to the beginning of the game with the first 2 points happening in the first 5 minutes.
So I think across 2 Lecoq Sportif stream games they've had, Joey Ho is sitting on 2 assists and 5 scores.
Wow.
And that's just across their streamed games as well. That's a pretty solid day one performance across 5 or 6 games, if I'm being honest. To have done that in 2 stream games is, it's almost comical.
It's definitely something to be proud of.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you think about the roster sizes that we're dealing with. If every player is of a more or less equivalent skill, every player getting roughly the equivalent amount of playtime, you would expect to see sort of a player be involved in sort of 2 scores a game, right? Whether on the assist end or on the scoring end, roughly 15 points. You've got roughly sort of 20 or 15 players a game. You would expect to see them involved in sort of 2. Joey Ho probably tripling that at this point, just across 2 games. So really, really fantastic to see. Nice pull, but it's going to touch down around halfway. We're getting a lot of cheering to the sideline for that one, I think. Maybe not a huge amount of pulling experience from that player, but it's always good to see the players get behind their teammates. We've got Irish picking up the disc in their offensive half. Huge take there by Shadwell. Continues through to gear for the score to put Mainlanders back up by 1.
Some nice up the line throws there. Some of them a bit high, but ultimately coming down with that score there and creating some nice movement up the line.
Harrison, do you play for Fishwick? Yeah, sweet. I was trying to figure out where I knew you from. Yeah. I recognize that hair. And so Mainlanders now up by 1 to come out on defense, close to finishing out the half here. If they can manage a break, that's going to put away the first stages of the game to close it into a second chapter. That'll finish out our day for the first of 2 at the New Zealand Division 2 Mixed Ultimate Championships here in Kirikiriroa, Hamilton. D'Alessandro with the disc for the pull. Facing down against the Lecoq Sportif line. Some very familiar names to us here after several rounds of game coverage. Halliday, Roberts, Walsh. D'Alessandro puts up the big pull. Walsh to Chow. Strawn's there as an option. Tipped in, taken. Robertson, nice and aggressive. Halliday on the crossfield cut to pull it in. Marked by Khan. Low shot. Oh, Strawn just out of range. They can't really afford to give the Mainlanders the disc, otherwise they'll walk away with the half at this point. So our score is 6-5, despite what our on-screen scoreboard is telling you. Nice shot through to Hubba. Back to D'Alessandro, who puts it long, but it's turning too early. Roberts taking a cheeky nutmeg before the disc stops. It's Chow to initiate. Pushing far sideline. Finds Walsh.
Huge gainer.
Oh, straight to the hands of a waiting D'Alessandro. Ooh, wobbly on the way out, and there's going to be an equipment check. Looks like that disc has been through the microwave a couple of times.
A call from the person who just threw that one. It was the disc. It was the disc.
Yeah, likely story. Straight through the legs. And we see that here. Puts the big shot up, but D'Alessandro, great awareness. Oh. Strawn on defense. Pushing through, far sideline. Joey Ho on the block. Not in my house. Roberts puts it in low, but Chow manages to keep it off the turf. Marked by Nothard. Khan shuts it down. Nothard has it. D'Alessandro there is a reset option. Decides instead to isolate in the midfield. Oh, quick 1-2. Horvat all the way through to Glanville for the score. That is going to be half. That's actually 7-5 now. And in a game to 13, that is what is going to send Mainlanders through to the second half. 2 points ahead of Le Coq Sportif. We're going to see that again. Horvat trying to catch it in a good position. And then a nice quick offload there. Really smart work by Horvath as well, I think, as well. Having that much time to catch the disc, he can kind of position himself where, as he slows down, he's not actually changing his line, which might have constituted a travel if he'd sort of curved through that cut after having caught the disc. So really, really good patience there. Maybe a tiny bit showboaty. But it worked out for them. That nice quick 1-2 dish sends the Mainlanders back to a 2-point lead. So that is going to be the end of our first half of the final round of stream coverage for the 2025 Division 2 Mixed Ultimate Championships here in Kirikiri Hamilton. Ikigai Mainlanders 7, Le Coq Sportif 5. My name is Blair Monroe.
My name is Emily Stone.
And we will be back very soon.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with Ulti TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And created the test and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible. Well Energy Trust supports energy solutions and investments which enable our communities to thrive, now and into the future.
We're all in this together. We may not be able to completely change the landscape, but what we can do is provide our little support for grassroots projects that are making a profound impact. And what we know is that when we make a profound impact in our own backyards, in our own communities, it ripples across the world. If we all looked in our own backyards to make that change there, then the world really does become a better place, and that's what we're committed to achieving.
Welcome back to the second half of Ikigai Mainlanders versus Le Coq Sportif. Here, both Aussie teams coming across the ditch to compete in the New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Champs for Division 2. It is the last game of the day, so energy might be a bit low or is not as high as it was in the earlier stages of today. But we've got a pretty close matchup. Le Coq Sportif with 5, Ikigai Mainlanders with 7.
Absolutely. What a game on which to finish the day. You're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, it's been a bit of a hot one, Emily, if you ask me. A bit of a roaster, and we're sitting under shade most of the day. I feel sorry for some of these players out here in this heat, in this intense sun, working as hard as they are. But by the same token, they can spend a little bit more in this last game. They work hard here, they finish, they go home, they get the full hot showers and rehydrating and out with the massage guns, out with the foam rollers and the magnesium tablets and the recovery starts once they finish, but they do have to earn it. Now we've got ourselves a game to 13. So at the moment, 52 minutes in, the score, it's only a 2-point lead, still anybody's game. Mainlanders a little bit more dominant. I think we've seen them turn the gear up towards the later stage of that second half. I think it was 5-5 at one point, and then Mainlanders went back-to-back. So huge block from D'Alessandro as well, really set the tone, even if it did force us to lose a disc in the process. Le Coq Sportif starting off the point on defense. So another huge advantage to Mainlanders with an opportunity here to widen their lead that little bit further.
Yeah, and even when it was quite neck and neck between the two teams, Ikigai Mainlanders were just on the tips of the toes of Le Coq Sportif there with the defensive pressure behind them.
Yeah, just a shadow's width of separation a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely.
So Lachlan Finger sending it long to open things off for the second half. Fielded early by Irish. Goes to Khan in the midfield. Shearing's there as well. We're seeing a side stack, so they're looking to kind of isolate players in the midfield. Whalen along that near sideline. Gear getting involved. Joa Gear calling for what they're looking for. The no-look wide shot to Irish. Kavanagh out there in a 2-2 now. We're changing things up.
Finding those gaps and pushing through that zone.
Morgan to Khan to Shearing. That wide option was right there. Not sure if Halliday could have closed it. Whalen there to finish things off. Great work. A beautiful clean hold there as well. No real errors. They were sort of forced a little bit towards that near sideline, but with the way that the wind's been working, we would refer to that as the high side. So it's a little bit harder to play to, but it's a much, much easier place to play from. And we're going to see that finish off here. Khan goes through to Whalen to finish that one off, taking Mainlanders 5 away from a win here, 3 points up over their Aussie rivals in Le Coq Sportif. $20 remain on the clock. Ringland with the pull. It's going to touch with a little edge. Not a lot of roll, though. So a good, advantageous position as we see Strawn pick up for Le Coq Sportif. Supported by Walsh. Goes through to Joey Ho. Not getting too many yards, but keeping the disc moving. Larson is an option on the near sideline. Zone defense that we're seeing from the Mainlanders, but they've collapsed it back. Possibly a little poachy around the handlers. Joey Ho can't get through to Strawn. So goes back and then swings forward to Roberts, who just overshoots on that one. Came in a little hot, came in a little low. Strawn didn't maybe know to expect it. So it's a turnover and a chance for the Mainlanders to widen the score even further. D'Alessandro to pick up and initiate. Willem Garnier getting involved as well. Horvath puts it long up the sideline. Who was he throwing to? Le Coq Sportif by the looks of things as he generates a turnover, giving Sportif an opportunity to claw back a 2-point deficit from a 3-point deficit.
And as the point progresses, Le Coq Sportif needing to work the disc back up the field to get back to that end zone line there.
A little bit of a shoulder check in the downfield. Robertson burying his elbow into the gut of Willem Garnier, but it's all play. It's all fun and games. Strawn, who's done some fantastic work in the handler space and in the down and midfield for Le Coq Sportif, has the disc now. So once that contact has been resolved, looks like the foul's going to be accepted. It's not going to have an impact on the play. Strawn goes through to Finger. Larson with the disc now. The left hand release comes in a little low. Roberts has it. Strawn's got the disc. Big shot looking for Finger. Can it find her in the end zone? Yes, it can. Sportif with the score to bring it back within 2. Very unclear what's going on there.
Not entirely sure myself either there.
I'm sure for those in the know it was either hilarious or devastating. Seeing again, Strawn's great long shot to Finger. Double coverage, still comes down with it. Avert your eyes, team. There we go. What a timely cut by our Ulti TV crew. We see again Roberts to Strawn. Double coverage, not going to be enough. What a well-timed logo cut by Ulti TV. The people who are bringing you the very best coverage and the very best sport in the very best country in the world here in New Zealand. Also in Australia, the home country, as well as coverage from several world events throughout all of Europe as well. If you like what you see and you want Ultimate to keep coming to your screens, as we've said a couple times, head on over to patreon.com/UltiTV. Give us your spare change. Irish fields the pull, recenters to Khan immediately. Shoots through, finds Jordan. Calls for Morgan to get busy. One hand take over Finger. A little bit slow on the pursuit there after that early score previously. Seb Jordan hits the upline cut. Amir Khan marked out by Rankin. It goes over the top. It's Irish with it now. High blade. Finds Shadwell. Decides to have to send it back. I say decides. Had no choice but to send it back. There's a travel called before the release. So Lachlan Finger just communicating his perspective on the way that travel resolved. Still going to be Irish with the disc. Engages with the reset, spins through. Khan pushing into the deep space, but Seb Jordan's available on the right-hand side. It comes off his hands. Khan tries to take a bite but can't get it. Oh, Rankin caught on the back foot, has to reset instead. Strawn with an early fake, finds Garcia near sideline. Wilson closing the jaws.
Some great defensive pressure we can see from the defense marking those handlers, and the hut goes up.
I mean, you'd have to with that kind of pressure, but Jean Maehr underneath it to bring it back to a 1-point game. We've got ourselves a match, folks. What a read by Jean Maehr. Sportif now with an opportunity to break here, ties the game for them. Mainlanders with a hold here will keep their 2-point lead.
And with just over 10 minutes left of the soft cap game to 13.
And we see the hands go up. Only another 10 or 12 minutes left on the clock here.
Another massive pull there from Sportif.
Finds D'Alessandro sharing on the near sideline, not an option. We're seeing that zone kind of close things down for them, but Irish gets it. Ho in front of the disc. Can't stop the high release forehand. Khan has an option in Irish going back. The no-look crossfield shot to D'Alessandro. Halliday scrambling a little. Irish no doubt disappointed on back-to-back travel calls. Khan calling for the far sideline, instead working some nice 1-2s backwards and forwards, only a few meters here. Decides to go around. Irish starts to use the width. It's Khan working that far sideline now.
And a great continuation there. Finding those pockets, that space, getting in front of that zone.
Absolutely, and well scored to take the Mainlanders to 9. Really nice offensive flow there. Ashik Khan doing a huge amount of work, waiting patiently for his opportunity. As soon as he gets the disc in hand, it's just off to the races. What a champion.
We'll see that high release backhand again for the score.
He got the disc, he released, he gets it again. He's 1, 2, and back again, right on the doorstep, and there it is, that high release backhand to finish things off, taking the Mainlanders to 9 over Le Coq Sportif's 7.
Such a nonchalant assist thrown there as well, trusting his receiver with that score as well.
D'Alessandro with the disc for the pull. hoping to take the Mainlanders into a break and breaking double digits as we close in on 10 minutes remaining. Strawn chasing it down. It's going to touch down just out of bounds. We're going to see that brick called.
A few sighs from the field. A bit disappointed about just being out of that end zone line there.
Strawn puts the long shot up, looking for Rankin. Gets him, hoping to close. Finger with the score. Just 1 and 2. 2 and through as Sportif bring it back within 1. Where was the defense on that point?
Not there.
Yeah. We'll see again. There's that big cluster of players on that far sideline. Rankin breaks free early. I think maybe he was hoping to be hit on that undercut, but Strawn slightly overthrow. He was able to correct. And then from there, Finger just taking off deep. Really nice offensive sequence. Just 2 efficient passes to put it away. Now they have to come out and play some defense.
That's the language these guys
Strawn with the disc, sending it up for the pull. Nice and long, bobbling a little in the wind. The higher away from the ground it gets, the more the wind is going to impact it. But Irish fields early, goes to Khan. Whalen recognizing that Halliday was right on his heels. Oh, Strawn not quite able to get to it. Nothard goes back to Khan. I think that one has Roberts' fingerprints on it. Khan again. Whalen with the disc now. Nice quick offload straight to the hip. Maybe not the throw he wanted, but it got to his player, and that trust there was evident. Irish with the disc, calling stalling before Irish even had his pivot foot in place. So that looks like that's going to be a violation. Now Irish looking to develop something in the downfield. Spins through, resets to Khan, losing yards in the process, but Khan so explosive, gives another option really soon afterwards. We've got Shadwell with the disc now with a little bit of pressure from Lecoq Sportif. Decides to lose yards, going back to Irish. A low release. One hand take, sliding through it for Khan. Oh, the aggressive jab step. Going to get Irish enough separation. Whalen looked off despite the consistent effort with those undercuts on that near sideline. It's a Khan and Irish show. Khan again. Too high. Oh, tipped by Strawn. It's going to be enough. Looks like that did come off the fingers of Morgan, so it would have been a valid Khan catch if he'd played for it. But Strawn there in great position. We're going to see Larson to pick up and initiate. Early cut from Robertson. Strawn. Oh, we're going to see a pick called. So separation from the stack probably came as a result of other players avoiding contact. Great shot by Strawn, one-handed take by Roberts. Puts it up, looking for Halliday. Oh, too long. hit the ground before he could have got away with the greatest. It's a 1-point game, folks. 5 minutes left on the clock. If the players keep up this level of intensity, I don't think we're going to see a game to 13 in the end. Khan with the disc, calling for Irish to do something. Oh, Morgan getting involved in the second pursuit, but Irish with a layout grab to keep that one. Question as to whether or not he landed on the line. Looks like that's going to be a turnover regardless. Unclear exactly as to why. We'll see again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, landed on the far side of the boundary line. Oh, it's tough.
Very close one there, not quite in.
Oh, geez, he's going to go back on that stream, put that, and turn that. I'd clip that. I would clip that. Sportif's desk, hoping to tie the game here.
Presenting with a great opportunity just outside the end zone here to really hone down on that intensity and come down with the score to make that game even.
Early strike cut from Larson, hoping to get Strawn to respond, but it's Halliday in the midfield. A little bit of a tumble over Ashik Khan's foot.
And there's an injury call for Ikigai Mainlanders there.
Yeah, Ashik Khan going to take a substitution.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that was an injury.
Going to swap out for Austin D'Alessandro.
So ideally, we want to be able to see what's happening.
But Halliday is going to retain possession in a great spot. Both front corners available to him, facing down against the pressure from D'Alessandro. But, oh, and there's a violation. They moved before the disc was live. No, it looks like they're going to call that a point instead. So, Sportif to have tied the game. We are 9-9, only a couple of minutes away from our soft cap hooter.
Oh, no, sorry. It's team 2. What I want you to do is hold down number 1. Yep, and then now press. So it should be 9-all, right?
Sportif on defense now. 90 seconds left on the clock before we move into soft cap territory. Just a quick check about the gender matchup for this point.
A lot of last-minute communication on the end zone lines there before the poll goes up again.
But it's going to be Strawn to start things off. Nice low pull. Unless Ikigai Mainlanders put it away within the next 25 seconds, we're going to be looking at a game to 11. Sharing. Manages to get away with it. Seb Jordan now. Big fake, wanting something to develop. It's sharing instead on a shallow deep cut. If such a thing exists. Khan pushing fast on near sideline. Jordan back to sharing. To Jordan again. And through, that's Wilson across the sharing. Can they finish it in one? Looks like a pick called in the end zone. Again, that separation coming as a result of positioning around players. Sharing wanting to put it away now, decides instead go back to Khan, who's done some phenomenal work for the Ikigai Mainlanders this game. And most likely this tournament, high and floaty, touched by Walsh.
Massive D there from Sportif, generating that turn.
Tobobo says no, no. Sportif to play back. Rankin with the big jab step to get away from Seb Jordan. That's going to be a turn despite a great attempt by Eva Strawn.
And comes down with the score there for Ikigai Mainlanders.
Zarika Horvath with the disc. It's going to bring Sportif to 10. Up by 1 over the Ikigai Mainlanders. And that is going to be the final stage setting piece. We have ourselves a game to 11. Sportif only need 1 more to put it away. Mainlanders need 2. I take that back. Turns out I'm horrifically colorblind. It's the Ikigai Mainlanders on 10 now. Sportif down by 1. So we've still got a game to 11. One more break for the Mainlanders will put it away to end the first day of our stream coverage. A nice performance by Sportif, a hold here, and then an aggressive defensive performance. We'll see them walk away with the W. Alessandro with the disc. Coach on field in the chicken pants, taking a knee, some last minute insight.
Hoping that this will be the last point of the game for the Ikigai Mainlanders.
I mean, it's been a long day for these players out here in the sun, working hard, sweating hard. They've earned themselves a break. The sooner they can get it done, the happier they're going to be. D'Alessandro puts it up. It's nice and deep. To Strawn, goes to Larson. Back to Strawn, some early 1-2 work. Setting themselves up, Roberts there, Joey Ho pushing deep. But it's Halliday looking for it, can he get there? Oh, it's a bit much. Just keep going, Halliday, go on. Oh, the problem with doing a bit at the end of a game is that D'Alessandro is going to be quick to pick up to try and finish things off. This is what they need. A great one-hand take there. Travel call, just some brief repositioning. Goes to D'Alessandro. Glanville stretching deep. Being told to come back to all this under space. Too easy for Roberts to eat that up. A little high over the head of Victor Horvath. And so Sportif now, it's Strawn. Goes to Halliday. Jean Maehr's testing the deep space. So is Roberts. Strawn's there with a chance. Rankin trying to get involved. He's hobbling a little. Roberts wants to finish this off. Fakes off Joey Ho, sending her back into the deep space. Halliday's got it on the reset. Was going for a strike cut, but Rankin cut off the line. Roberts just puts it up. Who's there? Larson underneath. Nope. Willem Garnier is going to shut that one down. We're going to see an injury called. The surprise of very few. Late stages in the game. Fatigue sets in. Execution doesn't happen exactly the way that you want to. Your body doesn't respond exactly the way that you want to. A perfect jump and an imperfect landing is going to be a recipe for disaster. As Larson slowly log rolls himself away from the sideline. To be substituted for Lachlan Finger.
Ikigai now have another opportunity for a break to take the win home.
A huge chance here. Sharing to pick up and initiate from the handler space. Supported by Sharon Ringland. Goes up and around. Willem Garnier's got the disc to D'Alessandro near sideline. Low shot. Finds Horvath. Goes back to the midfield. Through to Nothard. Up and over. Willem Garnier. Shearing. Nothard through to D'Alessandro. Marked by Halliday. D'Alessandro opting for the safe shot. Goes back to Samara Nothard in the midfield. Shearing. Straight shot through. Ringland. Alone, scrambling, finds Nothard for a nice reset, losing a couple of yards, keeping possession of the disc. D'Alessandro hustling. Faked off. Tries for the circle cut. It's not going to be enough. A great attempt. And the scorpion flare from Rankin can't stop Shearing getting it. He is hobbling. He is hurt, but he's not taking that substitution. Even injured, he knows he's enough. Halliday running through and picking that one off. Looks like a question as to whether or not that may have constituted a dangerous play or possibly a foul. Not seeing a lot in the way of hand signals.
Such intensity out there on defense. The Sportif team, they really, really want to bring this one home.
We can see a couple of the other players, Roberts and Strawn, offering some perspective on whatever contact occurred. So, I mean, while it's not necessary for them to accept it, as the call should be resolved between the players, it'll be interesting to hear how this resolves. Once again, seeing players offer that information, or at least offer that they have that information. Looks like that foul's going to be retracted, possibly, which means that it will be a turnover. And Le Coq Sportif are going to keep possession of the disc. It's Halliday hoping to tie the game again here. Roberts gets it. Horvath closing the trap. Rankin had the separation. Gets it back to Strawn. Halliday stretching deep. It's coming in low. D'Alessandro can't stop it. Big layout is going to see Halliday right on the doorstep to Joey Ho.
And that brings us to Universe Point. The next point wins.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, that's 6 or 7 on stream scores for Ho and a couple of assists. I mean, don't do that. Don't do that. 6-7, folks. I'm 36 years old, Emily, okay? I shouldn't know what that means, all right? But I'm chronically online. And so are you at home, folks. You're online watching this. The very best Ultimate on display. The final round of our stream schedule. We've got the Ikigai Mainlanders facing off against Le Coq Sportif in a Universe Point finish, thanks to that huge grab there by Halliday that we're going to see. And a nice backhand offload to Joey Ho.
Look, the opportunity presented itself for a 6-7 joke. I had to do it.
I shudder to think how you count sheep at night. Just lying there dead still and after a few seconds doing the hand thing. So we're going to take one final time out. Players probably calling lines. What they talk about a kill line. We're going to get that score adjusted for you in just a second. The score is 10-all. Sportif are going to come out on defense. They've got to send out their 7 best defenders. Now, best in this context, who knows exactly what that means? You've got players like Rankin who are just phenomenal athletes anywhere on the field, yet by the same token, watching the way that he was moving over the last point, is he someone you want in a clutch moment if he's coming off a little stiff, a little injured looking? And so, whether it's the 7 freshest legs, whether it's the 7 sort of calmest players, whether you're putting some of your offensive powerhouses on there so that you can convert after return. These are the decisions that Le Coq Sportif are having to make at the moment. On the other hand, Ikigai Mainlanders, if they can hold here, they've won the game. If they can put away one more point without making a mistake, the win is theirs.
Yeah, and making sure that the mental pressure doesn't get to you while you're on the line playing this final point. It can be a lot sometimes when it is Universe in such high intensity. And both teams really, really do want to come away with this win.
Sportif with a huge amount of energy to break that huddle. Who are they sending out? Larson back after his log roll off the sideline. Strawn, Chow. Jake Betson back on the field. Toby Walsh. Looks like a really, really solid Lecoq Sportif line to bring out. But matched pretty equally by the Ikigai Mainlanders. We've got Ashik Khan again, Austin D'Alessandro. And that's Belinda Wilson, I believe. And I think Ariana Morgan there as well. But I will confirm that for you in just a moment. It all comes down to this, folks. The last point these teams will play today really is going to set the tone for not only how they feel after this game, but also how these things are set up for them tomorrow morning. Walsh puts up the big spin pull. It's going to turn early and start to roll. That's Shearing. Goes to Khan.
Seems some quite tight match defense here from Lecoq Sportif.
Betson doing a great job of shutting down that reset. D'Alessandro had to peel out of the downfield to make up for it. Shearing works the midfield, finds Horvath. Oh, big play from Rankin. I mean, I said, look, he's hobbling away, but still, maybe he is the player you want in those defensive moments. He's generated the turn. Sportif have a chance now. We've got Walsh. Oh, big dive by Betson, but there was definitely some contact there.
Just have a bit of a conversation about what actually happened there, and the looks like a accepted foul.
Meet Jake Betson. His boy Elroy. All right, a reset to Walsh, marked by Khan. Really engaging that midfield to try and open up that far side channel. Chips through to Betson, and it's going to be a turn. Mainlanders could put it away. Shearing with the disc, nice and patient in their half. Finds Khan, big shot up. Who's there for it? Horvath. Can he offload? Is there one more shot? Oh, a little bit of a travel there, so pushing the player back. Resets to Khan. Can they finish it here? D'Alessandro calling for something. Horvath takes it.
Bid there.
And that's gonna do it. That is gonna do it for them, team. Ikigai Mainlanders with a huge score to finish that game. They worked hard for it. Lecoq Sportif put on a fantastic performance, especially in that last point. That big pull generating those turns, but they weren't able to close out. The winners of your final game in the coverage for the day one of the Division 2 New Zealand Mixed Ultimate Championships here in Kirikiri or Hamilton are the Ikigai Mainlanders. What a fantastic performance from both of these Australian teams. What a fantastic performance from you guys watching at home. And what a pretty okay performance from me here in the booth, Blair Munro, and a phenomenal performance from Emily Stone. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Head on over to patreon.com/ultitv if you like what you see, and give us your spare change. Until then, we will see you tomorrow for the conclusion of this exciting tournament. Thanks again for watching.
Thank you.
Ulti.tv